Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Jai Shri Nitil Pavish. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaura Hari ki Jai. Gaur Vishnu Priya Lakshmi Priya ki Jai. Jai Gaur Gadadhar Ju ki Jai. Jai Nitil Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Nityalila Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalila Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalila Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityal Pavishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shata Shishmar Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvatī Goswami Prabhupāda ki Jai. Nityal Pavishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorkshodas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nityal Pavishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura ki Jai. Nityal Pavishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupa Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai. Actually, I'll do full Jai Bani today. Jai Srila Baladevi Devushan Prabhu ki Jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Ṭhākura ki Jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai ki Jai. Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai. Jai Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaura Pūrṇimā Vinda ki Jai. Namachay Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal Gaura Mandal Vraja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradatta Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki Jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki Jai. Shri Gopishwar Mahadev ki Jai. Jai Shri Antardvip Mayapur ki Jai. Jai Shri Abhinav Vrindavan Shri Navadip Dham ki Jai. Shri Yoga Pit ki Jai. Jai Sachi Jagannath Mishra ki Jai. Shri Sachi Mata ki Jai. Shri Vishnu Priya Devi ki Jai. Shri Lakshmi Priya Devi ki Jai. Shri Sachinandan Gaura Hari ki Jai. Jai Sachinandan Gaura Hari ki Jai. Kali Yuga Pavan Avatar Shri Sachinandan Gaura Hari ki Jai. Jai Shri Swaparshad Shri Gaur Hari ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samag Shri Vishwarup ki Jai. The House of Jagannath Mishra ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Shri Gaura Pūrṇimā Tithi ki Jai. Tithi Palan Kari Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Gaur Janmotsav ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa ki Jai. The editor, Shri Pranavananda Brahmachari, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Hari Hari Bo.
Hari Bo. Dandavat pranams everybody. Hare Krishna, Andri Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarini Mataji. Srivas Prabhu, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, and let's see, on YouTube and Facebook, so many devotees. Let's see, Vidyalala Sadidi, Rukmini Didi, and I see a bunch of others, but I can't see your name unless you write a comment. Dandavat pranams. Sorry I'm late, everybody. I just came from Yoga Pit, and I sent a few videos in our WhatsApp group, but I could also play them here if anybody. Actually, maybe I'll just do that right now, so everyone can get the fresh darshan. This is just from like 5 minutes ago. 1 second, I'll share my sound. And here, I shared it in our Chaitanya Bhagavat WhatsApp group and the TT Countdown group. Let's see here. This is from just now. Samadhi of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it's closed right now. How come I can't make it play?
Hare Krishna.
Not really. So many people. Sorry.
today.
Hari Govinda Didi.
Starts today.
I don't actually know. Right now, everybody's at. That's that, and let's see Mahaprabhu's. Come on. Green tree. Forward a little bit. Okay, so that's from just now. All right, so now we're going to begin our reading of Shri Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa. We're going to hear about the Gaura Pūrṇimā festival during the time of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura Prabhupāda. So this is, I think, the most auspicious way we can possibly begin our Gaura Pūrṇimā festival is by remembering Jagadguru Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura Prabhupāda, how he observed it with all of his associates and followers. So Srivas, would you like to, I'm going to hand it over to you and you can lead us. Oh, wait, I have to give permission to share. Sorry, one second. There. Okay, now you can share your screen.
Okay. So this issue from the 24th of Falgun, I guess, is actually from the day after Gaura Pūrṇimā, but it has the Gaur Janma Leela here and some kirtans we can sing. But what you were mentioning, how Sarasvatī Ṭhākura followed or observed Gaura Pūrṇimā, we can find here at the end. So this is a report from the day after. So I guess we can read that first. Get a sense of what their Gaura Pūrṇimā was like.
And oh, just one thing. Just for anybody who didn't know about yesterday. Yesterday, we Srivas took us through Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa, these issues that were published during, in the daily magazine. Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa is the daily magazine of Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvatī Ṭhākura Prabhupāda, and Srivas has been translating all of them slowly. There's a lot. It went on for 12 years, he said, right? Yeah. And a daily magazine for 12 years, only on Sunday they didn't print, right? Was it Sunday or Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you want to, but if you didn't see the previous video, you can find it on the Big Drum YouTube channel, or also on my YouTube channel. And yeah, there's a lot of nectar there. And now we're going to get some more nectar. But all right. Just wanted to mention that quickly.
Nectar. So yes, the festival of Shri Shri Gaur Janmotsav in Sridham, Mayapur. Yesterday, on the 22nd of Falgun, Tuesday, at Shriman Mahaprabhu's birthplace in Prachin Navadvip, Mayapur, Yogapit, Shri Shri Gaur Sundar's 422nd Janma Maha Mahotsav was held with great pomp and celebration. After performing parikrama of the 9 islands of Navadvip for 9 days, 1,500 devotee men and women returned to Yogapit Mayapur and participated in Shriman Mahaprabhu's birth festival. So I guess the parikrama has grown a bit since then. Besides this, the district police superintendent of Nadia, several professors from Calcutta and Cuttack colleges, a high-ranking employee of the CID division of Barisal, and many other influential, highly educated gentry attended the celebration. The enthusiasm, the joy, the pure waterfall of pure devotion that was flowing during this enormous and grand celebration cannot be expressed in the fallible language of men. During the last 4 dandas of the night, thousands and thousands of bhajan-keen men and women left their beds, calling out, Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga, and participated in Shri Shri Gandharbika Giridhari Gaur Sundar's Mangalartik. The air resonated with the sounds of conchas, bells, mridangas, and gongs. The devotees sang Śrīla Sarasvatī Ṭhākura's Guru Ashtak in unison, in the proper tune, to the proper beat. After that, the morning kirtans were sung very enthusiastically up until sunrise. Shabda Brahma Shri Nam, uttered by mouths of pure devotees, incarnated with all his opulence and destroyed the darkness of sin. The bliss in the hearts of saintly persons increased 1,000-fold. The witch Maya became very fearful and fled 1,000 yojanas away. After that, musicians struck up the traditional and very sweet instrumental music like shanai and kettle drums. That serves to announce in all directions that a grand celebration is on. You can see this even today in Bengal when there's a special birthday or function. There'll be people at the gates playing these kind of announcement music. Group after group of excited men and women became arriving from the surrounding 8 islands and from even further off as well. It became a forest of people. Again and again, people shouted Hari or loudly cheered Jai Guru Gauranga Gandharbika Giridhari. This sent unprecedented shivers through the hearts of all, devotees and non-devotees alike. Everyone forgot all about the mundane kingdom of Maya. The devotees fasted from water all day long, observing the vrat of Shri Gaura Pūrṇimā, just like Shri Krishna Janmashtami. In the morning and afternoon, the devotees read Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and beautiful pure Nam Sankirtan was performed by pure devotees. After Sandhya Arati, Chidandi Swami Srimad Bhakti Pradeep Tirth Maharaj delivered a talk in sweet Bengali language, and the acclaimed scholar of Madhva scripture, who had come from Srimad Madhva's place in Udupi, Srimad Adamar Vittalacharya Dvaita Vedanta Vidvan Mahodaya, gave a speech in Sanskrit, and his mellifluous voice amid profuse excitement and cries of Jai. After that, the worshipful Tridandipad Srimad Bhakti Vivek Bharati Maharaj melted the hearts and minds of the assembled men and women by performing a kirtan that was perfectly suited to the moment. I wonder if that means he was singing Nadīyā Dayagiri. Anyways,
Yeah, very likely.
after that, everyone honored Mahaprasad. That itself was such a huge and wondrous affair. It's interesting they don't mention the Abhishek at all, but anyways. As they obtained the fortune of honoring so many types of wondrous Mahaprasad of the 4 different rasas, the devotees filled the air so thickly with profuse cries of delight. Such are the mass gatherings of pure devotees. There is constant discussion of Bhagavad Gita, pure Nam Sankirtan, honoring of wondrous Mahaprasad altogether without separation of classes or races. This is a sight for the world to see, an event to be talked about. Participation in such grand celebration peels open the eyes of even the blind. Those who have no faith develop firm faith. Stone hearts melt and get washed away in the flood of divine love. Misfortune simply disappears. Jai Shri Mayapur Chandra Gaura Harir Jai. All glories to his servants, the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Wow. So beautiful, the writing. Like, I wonder if that is Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj's report, Pranavananda Brahmachari's report.
Could be. Okay, so now we'll go back to the beginning. And this article is titled Shachi Garava Sindhu Harindu, which is from Anarpita Charim Sirat, right? It's from that verse. So, in the 7th Manvantar of the Shvetavaraha Kalpa, during the 28th Chaturyuga, in the first phase of Kali Yuga, in 1407 Shakabdam, on the 23rd day of the month of Falgun, the 28th day of February in the Christian year of 1586, in the evening, the spotless golden moon, Gaurendu, rose from the ocean of Sachi's womb, which was radiant with Shuddha Sattva, the plane of pure existence, and appeared in the sky of Nadīyā. The spotted Falgun full moon, husband of the constellations, rose in the eastern sky as if from the womb of salty seas. His face was marred with embarrassment, and the partial Graha Rahu Devata, seeming to sympathize with the moon's embarrassment, hid him for some time from the eyes of the world.
Oh my God, that is such an awesome explanation.
Yeah, they're actually friends. They're like, okay, you don't look so good right now. Let me just... The world filled with the sound of Hari's holy name. Some, seeing the fountain of nectar, the Purnima night's full moon, in the clutches of the sinful Rahu, thought this boded ill for the inhabitants of the world. So to effect its welfare, they busied themselves with Harinam Sankirtan, with blowing conchas, ringing bells, and drumming on mridangas. They gave food and garments and charity to the brahmanas and the poor, and became preoccupied with bathing in the Ganga or engaging in other such auspicious activities. Others, however, began calling out the name of Hari in jest. In this way, the living entities of the world, though engrossed in their own individual moods, all began chanting the name of Hari. The saintly personalities understood the following. So there's a few of these. I guess you don't have to sing every one, but you could sing whichever ones you want. I need to go get a drink of water.
Okay, yeah, I could sing these while you go get water.
Okay.
1 second, let me just open up the Word doc and I will share my screen.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Hari bol, everybody. 1 second, I'm gonna share my screen. There. Okay. How does it begin? Anyhow, 1 second, I got the Word doc here. Here. While we wait for Śrīla, we can sing this now. Heno mate prabhur hoilo avatar. Okay. Alright. 1 second, let me close this. There. Heno mate prabhur hoilo avatar. Oops, 1 second, I'm making it bigger so you can all see nicely. There, okay. Heno mate prabhur hoilo avatar. Age Hari Sankirtana Koriya Prachar. In this way, the Lord has appeared by first propagating Hari Sankirtan. Chaturdike dai loka grahana dekhiya. Ganga snan Hari boli jayen thaiya. Everyone ran in all directions upon seeing the eclipse. They went to take bath in the Ganga, chanting Hari. Jara muke janmio na bole Hari naam. Sheho Hari boli dhai kori Ganga snan. Even those who had never uttered the name of Hari since their birth, even they ran to the Ganga to bathe while chanting Hari. Dashadika purna hoilo uthe Hari dwani avatirna hoya hasen dvijamani. The 10 directions filled with the sound of Hari. Thus, the gem of the twice-born incarnated, smiling. All right.
Okay.
You can share your screen again.
This way, from a more worldly perspective, we come to know that Madhukar Mishra, a Vedic Brahmin from the western regions of India, who was devoted to Narayan, came to Sri Hatta for some reason and lived there. His middle son, Upendra Mishra, was a wealthy scholar and possessed many fine virtues. Of his 7 sons, Sri Jagannath Mishra was one. So you're named after the great-great-grandfather of Mahaprabhu?
It's so cool. Wow.
It was to pursue certain studies that he, Sri Jagannath Mishra, left Sri Hatta and made his auspicious arrival in the seat of all learning, Sri Navadvip. Sri Jagannath's scriptural title was Purandar. He accepted the hand of Navadvip resident Sri Nilambar Chakravarti's eldest daughter, Sri Shachi Devi. Accompanied by the noble Shachi Devi, the generous Purandar Mishra decided to live within Sri Navadvip, in Antardvip, Sri Mayapur, next to the Bhagirathi, which rises from the feet of Vishnu. I just want to go on a slight tangent here, and just to see if anyone else has found mention of this. In the Bhavishya Puran, there's a little passage about Mahaprabhu, his incarnation, and they relate Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Devi to Indra and Sachi, and saying that it was Indra and Sachi who obtained the fortune of being Mahaprabhu's parents. And so Purandar is the name of Indra. So I'm just curious if anyone has ever read anything like that elsewhere, because that's the only place I found mention of that. Just wanted to put that out there. Fishing for sources.
Very interesting. But yeah, I never heard anything.
One after another, 8 of Sri Shachi Devi's daughters concluded their earthly sojourns very shortly after their births. Purandar Mishra's sorrow knew no bounds. He began to...
Sorry, I'm sorry to cut you off, but do you know anything like the backstory of that? I mean, it's like very similar to Krishna Lila, like with you know.
Yeah, that's another mystery. I haven't seen explanation of that, who those personalities were. I'm sure, I feel like I have read something somewhere, but I can't remember now. With Krishna, we know they were the sons of Kalanemi. And there's even, I think there's a Tika in Bhagavatam explaining that they're the Shataripu, the 6 enemies of the soul, Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Moha. But yeah, with Mahaprabhu, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. He began to worship Vishnu to obtain a son, as a result of which Sri Vishwarup appeared in this world as his 9th child. Thereafter, Swayam Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in the hearts of Sri Jagannath, who was the embodiment of Vishuddhasattva, and Sri Shachi Devi, who is the personified form of Bhakti. After a pastime of dwelling in Shachi Devi's womb for 13 months, he manifested before the eyes of the world on the Falgun full moon day in the Shaka year of 1407. But after first orchestrating the performance of the Yuga Dharma Harinama Sankirtan, so he was like quite a late baby, just like 4 months late. Okay, there's another kirtan here. Or, oh, I guess not. I think there's more later. Yeah, okay. I'll just recite these. Falguna Pūrṇimā Sandhyāya Prabhura Janmoday Se Kale Deva Yoge Chandrera Grahana Hoy. The Lord's birth occurred on the eve of Falgun Pūrṇimā. At that time, as fate would have it, a lunar eclipse took place. Hari Hari Bole Lok Harashita Hayya Janmila Chaitanya Prabhu Nama Janmaya. Chanting Hari Hari, people became joyous. Thus Lord Chaitanya was born, while first causing the holy name to be born. The Mahajans have sung Avatar Sar Gaura Avatar. The incarnation of Gaura is the essence of all incarnations. Brajendra Nandana Jay Shachi Sutta Hoylase. He who is the son of King Nanda has become the son of Shachi. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By hearing all these topics from the mouths of saintly persons, we can know that although Sri Gaur Sundar unfolded the pastime of his birth as the 10th son of Sri Shachi and Jagannath, he did not fall into the category of being an ordinary human being. He was the essence or crest jewel of all incarnations, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Goloka Bihari Hari, that Hari who revels in Goloka. Śrīla Kaviraj Goswami explains the meaning and definition of the words Swayam Bhagavan as follows. Jara Bhagavatta haite anyara Bhagavatta Swayam Bhagavan Shabder Tahate Hi Satta. The words Swayam Bhagavan, or God himself, have their existence in he from whose Bhagavatta, or Godhood, others derive their Godhood. Okay, I guess these are just verses. I thought these were kirtans. Okay. It is by the mercy of Śrīla Goswamipad that we come to know the following. Swayam Bhagavana Krishna, Krishna Sarvashray, Parama Ishvara Krishna Sarvashashtakar. Krishna is God himself. Krishna is the refuge of all. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. This is stated in all the scriptures. Say Krishna Avatari Brajendra Kumar, Apane Chaitanya Rupe Kaila Avatar. That Krishna, the source of all incarnations, the son of the king of Braj, personally incarnated as Chaitanya. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the crest jewel of spotless sources of evidence, and the natural commentary on Vedanta, it is described as follows. Krishna Varnam Tuja Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayer Yajanti Hi Sumedasaha. In other words, his mouth is always occupied with the two syllables of the name Krishna. His complexion is Akrishna, not dark, or Gaura. Those are the finest intelligence. Worship him through the Sankirtan Yagya, as he is surrounded by his Angas, Nityananda and Advaita, his Upangas, Shivas and other devotees, his weapons, Harinam, etc., and his associates, Gadadhar, Sarup Damodar, and others. When we obtain the fortune of hearing the details of Bhagavat Tattva, the truth of God, from saints and scripture, then we can come to know something about Sri Bhagavan. Otherwise, he is a divine reality that can only be self-manifest, suprakasha vastu, when he has mercy on fortunate living entities and personally incarnates before them, revealing himself. Then and only then can we be blessed with some inkling of him and become fulfilled. At such a moment, we also realize the identity of our own souls. Do you want to read this part?
Sure. Okay.
My mouth is getting like dry today.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll share it from my screen. Just 1 second. Okay. What was that? Apana Lukayite, right? 1 second, just finding it. Apana. Okay, there. Okay. Here, I'll get my mridanga. We can sing this also. Anybody likes, we can sing this together. Right. The merciful savior of the age of Kali, Shri Gaurasundar, seeking to increase the bliss of the devotees' hearts and deceive the non-devotees, assumes a hidden form to incarnate in the age of Kali. Apana lukayite Krishna nana jatna kore tatapi tahara bhakta janaye tahare. Krishna tries many tactics to conceal himself, but nevertheless, the devotees recognize him. Krishna can't hide himself from the devotees. In the context of describing the reasons for Swayam Bhagavan's incarnation, Śrīla Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu has said, Hridaye dharaye je chaitanya nityananda esa basiddhante she paibe ananda. He who holds Chaitanya and Nityananda in his heart will find bliss in all of these conclusions. E sab siddhanta hoy amrer pallav bhaktagan kokiler sarvada balabha. All these conclusions are like mango blossoms. They are forever beloved by the devotees. They are forever beloved by the devotees, who are like cuckoo birds. Abhakta ushter ite na hoy pravesh, tabe chitte hoy mor ananda vishesh. The non-devotee camels who They have no access to such topics. And this gives my heart a special sort of delight. He's able to speak these things in because they can't understand. So he's not giving it to, like they won't have access to it. Je lagi kohite bhoy she jodi na jane iha bai kiba sukha ache tribhuvane. What greater happiness is there in the three worlds if they cannot even fathom the things I fear to say aloud? So this gives them an opportunity. The Vyasa of Sri Chaitanya Lila and the original poet Śrīla Ṭhākura Vrindavan, he has recorded the reasons for Swayam Bhagavan's reason to incarnate in the age of Kali as follows. O Kali Juga Dharma Hoy Hari Sankirtan Etad Arte Avatirna Shri Shachi Nandan. In the age of Kali, the Dharma is Hari Sankirtan. It is for this purpose that the son of Shachi has incarnated. Srila Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu, who is the devout follower of Srila Sarup, Rupa and Raghunath, has expressed the purpose of Sri Gaura's incarnation as follows. The congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord is the main dharma in the age of Kali. The propagation of the Yuga Dharma is Vishnu's prerogative. That can be accomplished by any Yuga avatar. However, no other form of the Vishnu Tattva besides Krishna Chandra himself can bestow Krishna Prem. While Vishnu incarnates in order to propagate various forms of Vaidhi Bhakti, it is to preach Ragamarg that Krishna incarnates as Gaur. Another reason for his descent is to spread the glories of his devotees by showing them his mercy and thus fulfilling their desires. Sri Advaita Acharya first incarnated in this world along with the earlier gurus of Sriman Mahaprabhu's lineage and saw Shakala Sangsar Mata Vyavahara Rase Krishna Puja Vishnu Bhakti Karo Nahi Base. The whole of the world is maddened and relishing social merriments. No one wants to engage in the worship of Krishna or even devotion to Vishnu. Keho pape, keho punye, keho vishay bhog, bhakti gandha nahi jate jai bhavarog. Everyone is indulging in the objects of the senses, some sinfully and others piously. There is not a scent of devotion whereby the disease of material existence goes away. Seeing this deplorable condition in the world, the hearts of the devotees began to weep piteously. Realizing that there is no other way to actualize spiritual welfare for the people of the world than to cause Krishna Chandra himself to incarnate, he, Advaita Acharya, he began to worship Krishna in a very pure manner, offering water and tulsi at Krishna's lotus feet and humbly praying. Hearing the prem hunkar, the loving roars of the best of pure and simple-hearted devotees, Srimad Advaita Acharya, the roars of Srimad Advaita Acharya, who is the best of the pure and simple-hearted devotees, Bhagavan could not sit still. Within a very short time, he incarnated within this world and caused the devotees' bliss to swell. Right now, actually, a group of our devotees, I just came from there, we're doing a program like Harikatha and Kirtan in front of Advaita Bhavan just now. They're still there right now. Propagating the Dharma of the age and fulfilling the desires of the devotees. These are the external reasons for Gaura's incarnation. What are they? Propagating the Dharma of the age and fulfilling the desires of the devotees. Besides these, there are three other reasons, more confidential reasons, for Gaura's incarnation. What are the confidential reasons? They are: 1, to experience the prem of Sri Radha, who is the greatest ashray lambana, repository or agent of prem. Na jani Radhar preme ache koto bol, je bole amare kore sarvada vivol. I do not know what power there is in Radha's love. Such strength it has that it always makes me become overwhelmed. Nija prema swade mor, hoye je ahladar, taha hoite koti gon, Radha prema swad. Whatever Radha is relishing in her love is millions of times greater than the delight I feel while relishing my own love. কবু যদি এ প্রেমার হইয়ে আশ্রয় তবে এ প্রেমানন্দের অনুভব হয় If I could simply take shelter of this love, then I could experience that bliss of love, the premananda. So that was the first reason to experience the prem of Sri Radha. Now the second reason, to relish his own sweetness, that of the one Vishaya Lambana, the object or receiver of prem. This is the second reason. Arbhuta ananta purna mor madhurima chi jagate ihar keho nahi pae sima. Wondrous, infinite, and full is my sweetness. Wondrous, infinite, and full. Adbhut, Ananta, and Purna is my madhurima, my sweetness. No one in the three worlds can find its limit. Ei prema dware nitya radhika ekali trijagate madhuryamrita aswade shakali. By her love, Radhika alone relishes all my sweetness throughout the three worlds for all eternity. Vichar koriye jadi ashvada upay Radhika sarupa hoite tabe mana dhai. If I deliberate how to relish that love, then my mind runs to the prospect of assuming Radhika's identity. Okay, so that was the second reason, to relish his own sweetness, that of the one Vishaya Lambana, the object or receiver of prem. Now, the third reason is to experience the joy that Sri Radha experiences from him. Atmendriya priti bansha tare bolikam Krishnendriya priti bansha dhore premanam. Hankering to please one's own senses is called kam. The desire to please Krishna's senses bears the name prem. Atma sukha dukhe gopir nahi ko vichar Krishna sukha hetu kore sab vyavahar. The gopis have no consideration for their own happiness and distress. Everything they do is for Krishna's pleasure. Shei gopi gana made uttama radhika Rupe gune sobhage preme sarvadhika. Of all those gopis, Radhika is topmost. In form, qualities, fortune, and love, she excels all. Shri Radha Bhava Loya Chaitanya Avatar Yuga Dharma Nama Prema Koilo Parachar. Chaitanya took the mood of that same Radha and incarnated. Thus, he preached the dharma of the age, love for the holy names. For all of these extraneous and primary reasons, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Chandra adopted the mood and complexion of Sri Radha and appeared in this world as Sri Gaurasundar, as the combined form of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, the manifestation of Audarya, magnanimity, and the personification of divine separation, Vipralamba Vigraha. Though Sri Gaurasundar is the root causal principle behind all incarnations, depending on various qualifications, preferences, realization, and platform of existence, he is perceived in a wide variety of ways. You can especially see this in pastimes like the Mahaprakash, the Sat Prahariya Bhav, where he manifested himself in different ways to all the devotees. But yes. Jai. All right, Shivas, hand it back over to you.
No, keep going. There's only a little bit left. And then there's another little article in the next issue that's a very poetic description of the Janma Leela that I thought we could read.
Awesome.
So,
okay. Okay, I'll continue then. And then you could read the other one from the... Okay, so that was page 3. Avatarir dehe shab avatere stiti keho kono mata kohe jemon jar mati. All the incarnations dwell within the body of He, who is the source of all incarnations. Different people express different opinions of His identity, depending on their perception. Krishna ke ko hoye ke ho nara narayan, ke ho kohe Krishna hoye shakshat vamana. Some refer to Krishna as Narayan. Some say he is Vaman himself. Ke ho kohe Krishna kshirodhashai avatar, asambhav nahe satya vachana sabar. Some say Krishna is the incarnation of he who sleeps in the milk ocean. None of what they say is impossible. All of their statements are true. Chaitanya Prabhur Mahima Kohi Bharat Tore, Krishner Mahima Kohi Koriya Vistare. In order to explain the glories of Lord Chaitanya, I will talk about the glories of Krishna at length. Sri Gaurasundar appeared in this world and preached divine love for Sri Krishna's holy name in order to deliver all the living entities, and to make the fact easily understandable for all those jivas. For that reason, he infused his own names with all of his potencies. Thus, when one chants or remembers Sri Nam, there are no considerations of rules, of whether it is a good or bad time, or of whether one is clean or dirty. Ekka Krishna nama kore sarva papa nash, premer karana bhakti koren prakash. With one name of Krishna, all sinful reactions are destroyed. It thus manifests bhakti, which is the cause of prem. Heno Krishna nama jadi loy bahubar, tabu jadi prem nahe ashrudhar. If one chants the name of Krishna profusely, but still does not experience prem, and does not have a stream of tears running down one's face, then Tabe jani aparada tahate prachor, Krishna nama bijata he na kore ankor. So if one does not experience prem and does not have a stream of tears running down one's face, then know that one's chanting is filled with offenses. The seed of Krishna's name cannot sprout within that environment. However, Gaur and Nitai do not take into consideration any offenses regarding their names. Chaitanya Nityanande nahi, Chaitanya Nityanande nahi, Esa vichar, Nama loite prem den vahe ashrudhar. Chaitanya and Nityananda do not have all these considerations. As soon as you chant their names, they bestow prem, and tears flow from the eyes. Jai Chaitanya Nityananda! Come today in remembrance of the narration of Sri Gaura's appearance day. Let us all join together in loudly calling out, Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Jai! Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Jai! Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Jai! Hari Bol. All right, that was beautiful. All right, Shivas, I'm handing it back over to you now.
Okay, so there's another. Okay, share my screen. Okay, so there's another article that increased size. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, I started copying the actual format of the Bengali and putting it all in columns.
Well, you could just zoom in, like zoom in onward. Closely.
Yeah, so there's this series. Where did it go? Okay, my computer's kind of slow. Okay, so yeah, there's this series that starts in the next issue called Shri Shri Mayapur Purna Chandrodaya, and it keeps going and evolves into, well, once Mahaprabhu takes sannyas, then it's called Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and it seems to be identical to the chapter summaries from Śrīla Sarasvatī Ṭhākura's Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so very similar to our Swami Prabhupada's chapter summaries. But there's some, within this first portion, the Mayapur Purna Chandrodaya, the rising full moon of Sri Mayapur, there's some interesting other information. It talks about some of the archaeological evidence of Mahaprabhu's birthplace, the fact that, the Kaji's, Chandkazi's place is located there in Bamanpukur, close distance. And that they've, the descendants of the Qazi have been living there. And then there's the ruins of Balal Sain's palace. I've never actually been there. I'd like to go to that place now. And talks a little bit about Jagannath Mishra, Nilambar Chakravarti, already, as we kind of read. But this here starts a really beautiful description of the Janma Leela. And I can't seem to zoom in any further. If I do this. Yeah, okay, that's a bit better. Okay, so in the Shaka year of 1407, on the 23rd of Falgun, on the full moon day, the beginning of spring, on the occasion of Sri Krishna's Dol Yatra, at dusk, the full moon rises proudly with a reddish splendor at the same time every year to bathe the whole world in its pristine, soft, white wreath of light. But on this particular day, it was as if the moon knew that its fullness, softness, whiteness, its munificence, its magnanimity, and its poetic assets, the literature and verse meters dedicated to it, all would be ridiculed and upstaged. Or else, in order to broadcast the fact that the fullness of mundanity is forever defeated by the fullness of transcendence, the spotted worldly moon let itself fall into the clutches of Rahu. The sound of Haribol, Haribol rose up across the land. The commotion of work stopped. The directions themselves, personified as divine damsels, heard the sound of Krishna Kirtan and began dancing and laughing. At this time, under the lion Lagna, hour marker, and lion Rashi, zodiac symbol, from the ocean of Shachi's womb, Sri Mayapur's Purna Chandra, full moon, rose. The Lord of Shantipur, Sri Advaitacharya, and Thakur Haridas, as well as Navadip President Srivas Pandit and other Vaishnavas, sensed that the night covering the skies of their souls, a deep sorrow for the suffering of others, was coming to an end. And so they danced joyously in their homes. The beautiful ladies of the town took gifts in their hands and came to behold the face of Mayapur's moon. Nilambar Chakravarti did his calculations and was able to see all the signs of an exalted personality in this wondrous moon. He understood that this personality would care for and maintain the whole of the world. So he revealed his name as known by the Vedas, Vishwambhar. The noble ladies who had arrived there saw the boy's beautiful golden complexion and noticed that he stopped crying and became excited as soon as he heard the sound of Hari Kirtan. So they began to broadcast the name Gaura Hari to refer to the moon of Mayapur that had risen from Shachi's womb. After all the grief over 8 daughters, and understanding that this baby was her life and soul, Shachi Devi, the crest jewel of transcendental spontaneous love, chose the name Nimai, derived from the word Nimba, to ward off Yama, the god of death, with a reference to bitterness. Some say that it was simply because Gaur Sundar was born beneath a neem tree that Sachi Devi called her gem of a son affectionately by the name Nimai. The spotless full moon, Gaura Chandra, rose from the ocean of Shachi's womb and gradually unveiled his pastime of growing. Mayapur Purandar Prabhu, Gaura Hari, the ocean of blissful pastimes, expanded the eternally ever-fresh dance of his wondrous childhood pastime splendor and kept causing Shachi and other ladies to be filled with astonishment. During Nimai's name ceremony, Jagannath Mishra tested the child's propensities and placed a variety of items before him, such as a sacred book, some parched rice, paddy, coins, gold, silver, etc. Nimai left everything aside and embraced the Srimad Bhagavatam alone. When the boy Nimai began to cry, Shachi and other ladies would try to pacify him with many different objects, but nothing would calm the boy. Only when they all started clapping and singing Hari Sankirtan Did he stop crying and even seem to be dancing in joy? So yeah, then this goes on with Mahaprabhu's Balya Lila. But yeah, I just wanted to read that little Janma Lila section. And it's on NadīyāPrakāśa.com if you want to read it later in the evening or any other time. Yeah, I think we're almost at 8 o'clock.
Okay. Well, I mean, today's a special day, so I think we can go on longer. If anybody needs to leave, if it's late for anybody in the West or anything, then you could always watch. Like this is being streamed on YouTube, so you can watch it later on. Maybe. Do you think it'd be nice to sing Nadīyā Udayagiri together?
Not really the right time. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it isn't the right time. For those in America, it's the right time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Or maybe, yeah, okay. I'll just sing it through one time. Because we could sing about Mahaprabhu's yeah, and then we'll sing it again in the evening, and then you can know how to. If you don't know how to sing it already, then you can find out. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. I sent it out on the Gaudiya Kirtan mailing list, and you can find it. Oh, Haribol, Didi Lala Sadidi, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, Haribol, Champak Mataji. Wow, a lot of devotees today. Hare Krishna. So yeah, if you want to find the words to this, you can go to my website, vineofdevotion.com, and then I made a post here for Gaura Pūrṇimā. It's right there. And then you'll find the link right here, right in the middle there. Nadīyā Udayagiri. Okay. I'm just gonna sing the Bengali through one time because I don't want to. I don't want it to go way too late for everybody. But yeah, and then we'll be singing this during. This is normally sung during Abhishek at dusk. Nadīyā Udayagiri Purna Chandra Gaura Hari Kripa Kori Hoilo Uday Papotama Hoilo Nash Chi Jagater Ulas Jagabori Hari Dani Hoy Shekale. Should we read the translation? Okay, I'll read the translation. We'll do it. The full moon of Shri Gaur Hari mercifully rose over Nadīyā, likened to the mountain Udayagiri from where the sun rises. As the universe was filled with the chanting of the holy name of Shri Hari, the darkness of sinful life dissipated, and the three worlds became jubilant. Shekale nijaloi uthiya advaita rai, nritya kore anandita mane. Haridase loya shange, hunkara kirtana range, kene nache keho nahi jane. At that time, Shri Advaita Acharya in his own house in Shantipur stood up and began to dance, completely overjoyed. Accompanied by Shri Haridas Thakur, he roared in the exultation of kirtan. No one knew why they were dancing. Deki uparaga hasi, shigra ganga ghate ashi, anande korilo ganga snan. Opaya uparaga chale, apanara mano vale, brahmanere dilo nanadan. Seeing the lunar eclipse and laughing, Advaita Acharya and Haridas quickly arrived at the bank of the Ganga, where, in ecstasy, they bathed on the pretext of the eclipse. Advaita Acharya distributed abundant charity to the Brahmins by the strength of his mind. Jagata Anandamoy, Deki Mane Shubishmoy, Thare Thore Kohe Haridas, Tomara Aichana Ranga, Mor Mana Parasana, Deki Kichu Karye Ache Bhas. Upon seeing the entire universe overflowing with joy, Haridas Thakur was struck with wonder. Through his gestures, he expressed to Advaita, "Your jubilance is delighting my heart. it appears that some special fortune is upon us. Oh, Haridas, oops, I need to, anyways, doesn't matter. Acharya Ratna Srinivas, Hoilo Mane Sukolas, Jai Stana Korilo Ganga Jale, Anande Vibalaman, Kore Hari Sankirtan, Anadan, Koilo Mano Bole. Acharya Ratna, Chandrasekhar, and Srivas Thakur were also elated at heart. Arriving at the Ganga, they bathed in her waters. With hearts overwhelmed with joy, they performed Hari Sankirtan and mentally distributed profuse amounts of charity. E Makta Bhakta Jati, Jar Je Deshe Sthiti, Taha Taha Paya Mano Bole, Nache Kori Sankirtan, Anande Vivalaman, Dan Kore Grahanera Chale. In this way, devotee sannyasis in various places, wherever they happened to be, intuited what had transpired. They danced in Sankirtan, their hearts overwhelmed with joy, and they distributed charity on the pretext of the eclipse. Brahmana sajjana nari nana drabye thali bhori, aila sabe jautuka loiya, jeno kancha sona duti, teki pala tera murti, ashirvada kore sukha paya. The Brahmins, gentlemen, and their wives, they all came with plates filled with gifts and various presentations. Seeing the form of the newborn child, who was radiant like pure gold, they happily offered their blessings. Savitri Gaura Sarasvatī Ṭhākura Prabhupāda Arjata Deva Narikan Nana Drabe Patra Bhori Brahmanir Vesha Dhori Ashishabe Koren Darashan. Savitri, Gauri, Saraswati, Shachi, Ramba, Arundhati, and all other demigoddesses assumed the guise of the wives of Brahmins and filled vessels with various types of gifts. They all came there and beheld the child. Antarikshe Devagan, Gandharva Siddha Charan, Stuti Nritya Kore Badya Gita, Nartaka Badaka Bhata, Navadipe Jara Nata, Shabe Ashi Nache Maya Prita. In the sky, the demigods, Siddhas, Gandharvas, Charanas, they all offered prayers and dance to the accompaniment of musical instruments and song. In Navadip, dancers, musicians, minstrels, and other performers all came and danced in great delight. Keva ashe, keva jai, keva nache, keva gai, sambhalite nare karabol, kandile ka dukha shoka, pramoda purita loka, misha hoila anande vivala. Who is coming, who is going, who is dancing, who is singing? No one could understand, nor could they understand what anyone was saying. All sorrow and suffering melted away, and everyone became filled with joy. Seeing everything, Jagannath Mishra was overwhelmed with ecstasy. Acharya Ratna Srinivas, Jagannatha Mishra Pas, Ashitare Kore Sabadan, Korailo Jata Karma, Je Achilo Vidhi Dharma, Tabe Mishra Kore Nanadan. Acharya Ratna and Srivas Thakur, they came to Jagannath Mishra and carefully helped him perform the birth rituals. Thereafter, Jagannath Mishra distributed many types of charity. Jotuka pailo jata, kare ba achilo koto shabadhan vipredilo dan. Joto nartak gayan bhata akinchana jan, dhan diya koila sabarman. Whatever gifts Jagannath Mishra had, whatever he had received, and whatever he had in his house, he distributed all his wealth to the Brahmanas. He also honored all the dancers, the singers, minstrels, and the poor by donating riches to them. Shivasera Brahmani Namatar Malini Acharya Ratner Patishange Sendur Haritra Toila Koi Kola Nana Phal Diya Puje Nari Ganarange. The chaste wife of Śrīla Thakur named Malini, accompanied by the wife of Acharya Ratna, worshipped the baby with vermilion, turmeric oil, puffed rice, bananas, and many other kinds of fruit in great delight. Advaita Acharya Bharya Jagat Pujita Arya Namatar Sita Ṭhākurani Acharya Agya Paya Kela Upahara Loya Dekhite Balak Shiromani. The wife of Advaita Acharya, a noble woman adored by all and renowned as Sita Ṭhākurani. She went to see that crest jewel of children at the Acharya's behest with various gifts. These are the gifts that she had. Subarnera Kori Boli Rajata Mudra Pashuli Subarner Angara Kankan Dubahute Divya Shanka Rajater Mala Banka Swarna Mudrar Nana Haragan. She brought a gold belt, silver toe rings, gold armlets, bracelets, a sacred conchal bangles for both hands, silver anklets, and necklaces made of gold coins. Bhagya Nakra Hema Jadi Kati Patta Sutra Dori Hastapader Jata Abharan Chitra Parna Patta Shari Buni Photo Patta Pari Swanaropya Mudra Bahudhan. She also gave tiger nails set in gold, a silken waist belt, every kind of ornament for the hands and feet, multicolored silken saris, a small woven sleeveless jacket, silken shawls, gold and silver coins, and many other riches. Turbadanya Gorochana Haridra Kumkum Chandan Mangal Dravya Patra Bhoriya Vastra Gupta Dola Chari Shange Loya Dasi Cheri Vastra Lankar Petari Bhoriya. Bringing a container filled with fresh grass, paddy, gorochana, turmeric, kumkum, sandalwood, and other auspicious items, as well as a large basket filled with garments and ornaments. She rode on a palanquin covered with a cloth and was accompanied by her maidservants and attendants. Bhakya bhoja upahar, shange loilo bahupar, shachi grihe hoilo upanita, dekiya bala katham, shaksha kokulakan, varna matra deki viparita. She arrived at the house of Shachi Devi, bringing with her a large load of snacks, treats, and other edibles and gifts. Upon seeing the form of the child, she understood that except for a difference in color, he was directly Gokul himself. He is directly Krishna of Gokul himself, Sarva anga sunirman, suvarna pratima pan, sarva anga shulakhana moy, balakir divya jyoti, deki pailo bahu priti, vatsalyete dravilo hriday, vatsalyete dravilo hriday. All of his limbs were beautifully formed, glowing with a golden effulgence, and they displayed auspicious signs. Seeing the divine effulgence of the child, Sita Ṭhākurani and the other ladies accompanying her became enamored, and their hearts melted with motherly love. Durbadhanya dilo shishe, boilo bahu ashishe, chirajibi ho dui bhai, dakini shankini hoite, shanka upajilo chite, dore naam thuilo nimai. Jai Shri Nimai ki jai. They gave many blessings to the newborn child and his brother Vishwarup. by placing fresh grass and paddy on their heads while saying, Chiri Jibi, Chira Jibi Ho, may you two brothers live long. To ward off any fear of ghosts and witches because of the eclipse, she gave him the name Nimai, after the neem tree he was born under. O putra mata snana dine dilo vastra vibhushane putra saha mishre samane shachi mrishir puja loya manete harisha hoya ghare aila sita Ṭhākurani. On the day the mother and son bathed and left the maternity house, Shachi Ṭhākurani honored the Mishras and their son by giving them various garments and ornaments. Then, having received the respects of both Sachi Devi and Jagannath Mishra, and feeling very joyful at heart, she returned home. Aiche Shachi Jagannatha Putra Paya Lakshmi Natha Purna Hoilo Shakala Vanchita Dhana Dhanya Bhare Ghar Lokamanya Kale Bara Dine Dine Hoy Anandita. In this way, Shachi Devi and Jagannath Mishra, having obtained the husband of the goddess of fortune as their son, had all their desires fulfilled. Seeing their home full of riches and grains and graced by the venerable form of their son, their delight grew with each passing day. Mishra Vaishnava Shanta Alampata Shuddha Danta Dhana Bhoge Nahi Abhiman Putrer Prabhave Jato Dhana Ashi Mile Toto Vishnu Prite Dvije Denatan Vishnu Prite Dvije Denatan. Jagannath Mishra was an ideal Vaishnava. He was peaceful, regulated, pure, and composed. He was not inclined to indulge in material opulence. Whatever wealth he received due to the birth of his darling boy, he distributed in charity to the Brahmins for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. Lagnatgani Harshamati Nilambara Chakravarti Gupte Kichu Kohilo Mishrere Mahapurusher Chena Lagne Ange Bhinna Bhinna Deki Etaribe Samsare. After making the astrological calculations, Nilambar Chakravarti, that's the father of Shachi Mata, he became very pleased and spoke something in private to Jagannath Mishra. He said, on his body and in his astrological chart, this boy has all the signs of a Mahapurush, a great personality. I see that he will deliver the material universe. Aiche Prabhu Shachi Ghare Kripai Koilo Avatare Je Iha Koro Yeshavan O Gaur Prabhu Doya Moy Tare Hoyen Sadoy She Pai Tahara Charan She Pai Tahara Charan. In this way, the Lord mercifully made his advent in the house of Shachi Devi. The most compassionate Sri Gaur Hari shall bestow his mercy on that person who hears this narration. That person shall then attain Sri Gaur Hari's lotus feet. Apaya manusha janma jena shune gora gona heno janma tar vyarta hoilo paya amrita dhuni piye pisha garta pani janmi ashe kene nahi moilo. The birth of one who has attained a human form, but who does not hear the glories of Sri Gaur Hari, is utterly useless. Despite having attained a river of nectar, he drinks water from a poisonous pit. Why didn't he simply die at birth? Janmi ashekini nahi moilo. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Advaita Acharya Adita Chandra Sarup Rupa Raghunatha Das Iha Sabar Shri Charan Shire Bandi Nijadan Janma Lila Gailo Krishna Das Iha Sabar Shri Charan Shire Bandi Nijadan Shire Bandi Nijadan Janma Lila Gailo Krishna Das. feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, Acharya Advaita Chandra, Sarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami upon his head, regarding them as his own wealth. This Krishnadas has thus describes the Advent pastime of Sri Gaurasundar. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Sachi Matar Prantana, Gaura Hari, Sachi Matar Prantana, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, Vishnu Priya Pranadhana, Gaura Hari, Vishnu Priya Pranadhana, Gaura Hari, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hari, Nityananda Pranadhana, Gaura Hari, Advaitera Pranadhana, Gaura Hari, Gadadhara Pranadhana, Gaura Hari, Shivasera Pranadhana, Gaura Hari, Gaura Bhakta Pranadhana, Gaura Hari, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hari, Jaya Sachinandan, Gaura Hari, Sachinandan, Jaya Gaura Hari, Jaya Swapashara, Jaya Gaura Hari, Swapashara, Jaya Gaura Hari, Jaya Navadvipa, Jaya Mayapura, Jaya Yoga Pita, Jaya Navadvipa, Jaya Mayapura, Jaya Yoga Pita, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandana Gaura Hari ki Jai, Jai Jagannath Mishra, Shri Shachi Mata ki Jai, Jai Vishwarup ki Jai. The house of Jai, Shri Sita Thakurani ki Jai, Shri Advaita Acharya ki Jai, Shri Malini Devi ki Jai, Shri Shivas Thakur ki Jai, Chandrasekhar Acharya and his wife ki Jai, all the associates of Mahaprabhu ki Jai, Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Jai, Saparshaji Gaur Hari ki Jai. The divine advent of Shri Shachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai. All of those observing this festival on this day all around the world, ki Jai. All the devotees of Mahaprabhu ki Jai. All right, so this, I think this, we can consider this the, for our regular, we're going to start a regular Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa reading, I think. Right, Shivas? If Shivas is okay
Yes.
with it. Yeah, yes. And so we'll have to figure out a schedule for this. Maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe every Ekadashi. I don't know. I have to discuss with Shivas. But we'll come up with a plan and we'll send out an announcement. We're inaugurating it on the most auspicious day possible, on this day of Mahaprabhu's Advent. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Shivas is going to be doing this for probably the rest of his life. 12 years. How many, probably thousands of issues of Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa. So maybe this, I hope, if Mahaprabhu wants, by his mercy, for the pleasure of Srila Gurudev and the Vaishnavas, or for Guru Parampara, Rupa Nuga Gauriya Guru Varga, for their pleasure, I hope that that we can continue this program of reading Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa for a very long time. And thank you so much for joining. I hope you all have a wonderful Gaura Pūrṇimā festival. Kishore Prabhu, would you like to do Jayadvani?
Jai Savarika Shri Guru Gauranga Ganahariviga Girit Hare Radha Vinod Vihare Radhainath Radharaman Vihare Radha Madhava Shri Mahaprabhu Radha Govinda Ji ki Jai. Radha Govinda Milita Shri Shri Gauranga Sundar Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Dev ki Jai. Jai Natya Lela Prashtam Vishnupar Paramahams Priya Vrajacharya Pariyastotrushta Shishaman Bhakti Vigan Bharati Goswami Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Natya Lela Prashtam Vishnupar Paramahams Priya Vrajacharya Pariyastotrushta Shishaman Bhakti Vigan Shala Narayan Goswami Maharaj Paripavan Gurudev ki Jai. Gauranga Antaranga Shala Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Natya Lela Prashtam Vishnupar Stotrashta Shishaman Bhakti Balabtirtha Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Natya Lela Prashtam Vishnupar Stotrashta Shishaman Bhakti Viran Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Natya Lela Prashtam Vishnupar Stotrashta Shishaman Bhakti Viran Trivikram Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Natya Lela Prashtam Vishnupar Stotrashta Shishaman Nityananda Shakti Shabdar Shishila Bhakti Viranda Swami Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj ki Jai. Shila Bhakti Viranda Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalela Prashtam Vishnupar Stotrashta Shishaman Bhakti Dait Madhu Goswami Param Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalela Prashtam Vishnupar Stotrashta Shishaman Bhakti Pragyan Kesha Goswami Maharaj Param Gurudev Char Keshari ki Jai. Nityalela Prashtam Vishnupar Stotrashta Shishaman Gaur Shakti Vishwavatar Jagar Guru Shishila Varshavana Vidoita Das Bhakti Siddhanta Sarasvatī Goswami Ṭhākura Prabhupāda ki Jai. Swaprikar Śrīla Prabhupāda Bhakti Saran Sarasvatī Goswami Ṭhākura ki Jai. Nityalela Prashta Vishnupar Mahaparam Bhagavad Parvar Paramahamsa Ashtotrashta Shishaman Gaur Kishore Das Bhavshi Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalela Prashta Vishnupad Sattam Goswami Ashtotrashta Shishaman Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākur Mahashai ki Jai. Nityalela Prashtam Vishnupar Vishnav Sarvoma Ashtotrashta Shishaman Jagannath Das Bhavshi Maharaj ki Jai. Surya Kundavasi Siddha Shalamarisun Das Bhavshi Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Urvadas Udaran Das ki Jai. Jai Guruvinan Acharya Shishaman Baladev Vibhushan Prabhu ki Jai. Mahamahopadhyaya Rasikashyaramani Shala Vishwanath Chakravarti Ṭhākura Prabhupāda ki Jai. Shala Rasikarnanda Murari Prabhu ki Jai. Shishila Ramchandra Kaviraj ki Jai. Sri Lochan Das Ṭhākura ki Jai. Shalandarotam Ṭhākura Mashai Srinivas Acharya Shamananda Pandit Prabhutraya ki Jai. Shri Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Vyasavatar Arikavi Shala Vrindavan Das Ṭhākura ki Jai. Jai Shri Ashtagviraj Vasurajan Nityananda Turish Gopal Sri Chaushati Mahanda Jagai Madhai ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupa Shri Sanatan Bhattar Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhattar Asarganath Sargoswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rayanamananda Lokanath Garva Adi Gaur Parishad Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Gaur Parishad Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Namacharya Sri Srila Haridas Ṭhākura ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री ईश्वर परिपाद की जय। श्री माधवेंद्र परिपाद की जय। श्री लक्ष्मीपति तीर्थपाद की जय। श्री अंतरद्वीप मायापुर सिमनद्वीप गोद्रुमद्वीप मध्याद्वीप गोलुद्वीप ऋतुद्वीप जानोद्वीप माद्रुद्रमाद्वीप रुद्रद्वीप मात्मक श्री नागद्वीप धाम की जय। श्री एक चक्र धाम की जय। श्री शंतिपुर धाम की जय। श्री गौर नित्यानंद द्वैत राय की जय। श्री गौर गदाधर की जय। श्री राधा कृष्णा गोपीनाथ कबी कपा गौ गिर गोवर्धन शर्वनाथ माँ श्री ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गंग सखी आमन सखी तुलसी भक्ति देवी की जय। जय वृषभान नंदिनी श्रीमती राधा रानी ठाकुरानी की जय। जय श्री ललिता विशाख चित्र चंपकलट तुंग विदे इंदुलेख रंगदेवी सुदेवी आदि सत्य वृंद की जय। श्री अनंग प्रेम मंजलाले श्री रूपलमंग राग विलस गुणरति कस्तूरी कमल नयन मणि हरि मंजारी वृंद की जय। श्रीमती वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भगवती पूर्णमासी उमा देवी की जय। श्री गोपीश्वर सरशी महादेव की जय। जय श्री राधा पनन धाम श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र नीलमाधव जीव की जय। श्री गंभीर की जय। शिल प्रभात आविर्भाव स्थल की जय। All the pastime places in Jagannath Puri of Lord Chaitanya Dev की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ पुरी पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र मंडल नीलाचल धाम की जय। जय सर्वविघ्न शंकर भक्त विघ्न श्री नरसिंह देव की जय। भक्तराज भक्त प्रवर श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। शुक्ला लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव की जय। श्री हरिनाम श्री संप्रदाय श्री आचार्य की जय। श्री मध्वार मनोज विष्णु स्वामी नंबदित्याचार्य आचार्य की जय। आकर मतरा श्री चैतन्य मार की जय। श्री गौरी मार वृंद की जय। अनंतरा श्री मार भगवताम भगवदगीता चैतन्य चरितामृत चैतन्य भगवत जैव धर्म आदि सर्व गौरी वैष्णव ग्रंथ वृंद की जय। करंतरा श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय। श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय। श्री चैतन्य मंगल की जय। श्री चैतन्य चंद्रोदय नतक की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य चरित्र महाकाव्य की जय। श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन धर्म की जय। जय त्रिभुवन मंगल धन्य कलयुग तर्क ब्रह्म श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे महामंत्र की जय। श्री आनंदपुरी वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री समरकट गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री मायापुर युगपेद की जय। श्री गौर विष्णु प्रिया की जय। श्री गौर विष्णु प्रिया लक्ष्मी प्रिया की जय। श्री गौरांग राधा माधव की जय। श्री पंचतत्व की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय परमेश्वर परम ब्रह्मन पति पावन प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम स्वयं भगवान जगन्नाथ मिश्र नंदन गौर सन गदाधर प्राणनाथ श्री विश्वम्बर मिश्र निमाय पंडित श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य चंद्र महाप्रभु की जय। जय श्री सचिदानंद गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री निमाय पंडित की जय। जय भगवान श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय। जय श्री गौर पूर्णिमा की जय। जय श्री फल्गुनी पूर्णिमा की जय। जय सचिदलाल की जय। जय श्री गौर गोपाल की जय। जय जगन्नाथ मिश्र नंदन की जय। जय सचितनया की जय। जय सचिनंदन की जय। जय सचिनंदन की जय। जय सचिनंदन की जय। जय श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री गौर पूर्णिमा की जय। श्री जगन्नाथ मिश्र महोत्सव की जय। बोले जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ओम वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदेवी सत्पिताय नमो नमः। जाकल्पतरु विष्णु कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री दैनिक नारिया प्रकाश की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि।
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, everybody. All right, so thank you so much for joining. Dandavat pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, and of course Srivas. Thank you so much for sharing all that. And I look forward to the future sessions that we have. Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa readings. Haribol. And Vidya Lalasa Didi, Rukmini Didi, who else? Seshwari Mataji, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantaramurti Mataji, Champak Mataji. Oh, Mahi Bharat Prabhu. Dandavat Pranams, Mahi Bharat Prabhu. And Stanley Green. Hare Krishna. And so many other devotees. Manjari Didi, Hari Bol. And yeah, I see so many other devotees. I only see your name if you write a comment though, so I'm not ignoring you. I can't see who you are. But thank you so much for joining. I don't know what, maybe we should continue with Chaitanya Bhagavat tomorrow, or maybe we should read some more about Mahaprabhu. Maybe there's this book, The Speciality of the Gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by Srila Gurudev. It's a little white booklet. It's such a beautiful class that, like a book that my Gurudev wrote for I think it was for the 500th appearance day of Mahaprabhu. And so maybe we could read from that tomorrow, because it'd be nice to have another reading from Mahaprabhu. And then the day after tomorrow, we'll continue with our reading of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Antya Khanda. So I hope to see you all tomorrow. And I hope you all have a wonderful festival filled with Hari Katha, Kirtan, and an association of devotees for Sri Sachinandan Gaur Hari. Jai Ho, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much, everybody. See you all tomorrow. All right, just seeing if anybody wrote any last comments. Okay. Oh, thank you, Rukmini Didi. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.